The Ikeja Cantonment explosion, a nation's day of tears. On January 27, 2002, Lagos, Nigeria's bustling commercial hub, was rocked by a catastrophic event that would etch itself into the nation's collective memory, the Ikeja Cantonment explosion. This disaster not only claimed over 1,000 lives, but also exposed critical lapses in safety protocols and emergency response mechanisms. The Ikeja Military Cantonment, situated north of Lagos's city centre near the districts of Isolo and Onigbongo, served as a residential and storage facility for the Nigerian army. By January 2002, it housed a substantial stockpile of high-caliber bombs and various explosives. On the afternoon of January 27th, a fire ignited in a street market adjacent to the base, which was also home to soldiers' families. Around 6 p.m., the blaze reached the main munitions depot, triggering a massive explosion. The initial detonation obliterated the munitions store and surrounding areas, sending debris and unexploded ordnance across northern Lagos. The force of the blast shattered windows up to 15 kilometers away and was felt more than 50 kilometers inland. Buildings collapsed, fires erupted, and the ensuing chaos led to widespread panic. Witnesses described the ground shaking like an earthquake as deafening booms echoed across the city. Shrapnel and debris rained down for miles, with the force of the blasts shattering windows and toppling buildings in neighboring communities. As the explosions continued, panic set in. As residents fled the inferno, many unknowingly ran toward a concealed canal covered by water hyacinth, mistaking it for solid ground. Tragically, hundreds drowned in the canal, with bodies discovered as far as 10 kilometers downstream. The combined toll of the explosion and the ensuing stampede resulted in at least 1,100 deaths, with over 20,000 people displaced and thousands injured or rendered homeless. Amid the chaos, one of the most tragic events of the night unfolded at the Oke-Afa canal. As explosions continued, rumors spread of an impending firestorm, prompting panicked residents to seek refuge across the canal. With no bridges in sight, hundreds attempted to cross the murky waters on foot. In the darkness, many slipped, fell, and drowned. By morning, the canal was littered with the bodies of men, women, and children, an unspeakable tragedy within a larger disaster. Entire communities were reduced to rubble. Burned-out vehicles, shattered buildings, and cratered roads bore testament to the intensity of the blasts. Thousands of people, now homeless, sought shelter in churches, mosques, and makeshift camps. The scale of the disaster overwhelmed Lagos's emergency services. Firefighting resources were insufficient to combat the widespread blazes, and hospitals were inundated with casualties, many of whom waited hours for medical attention. It wasn't until the evening of January 28th that the fires were largely contained, and efforts to reunite families and account for the missing began in earnest. In the aftermath, President Olusegun Obasanjo visited the site, demanding explanations for the presence of such a large ammunition depot in a densely populated area. Investigations revealed that the Nigerian army had been previously advised to relocate or upgrade the facility following a minor explosion the previous year, but had failed to act. The commander of the Ikeja base, George Emdin, issued a public apology, attributing the disaster to the age and condition of the depot. This admission sparked public outrage, with citizens accusing the military of negligence and expressing fears about the safety of other munitions storage sites across the country. The Ikeja Cantonment explosion underscored the dire consequences of inadequate safety measures and emergency preparedness. In response, numerous relief agencies, including the Red Cross and Red Crescent, provided aid to the thousands of displaced individuals, working to reunite separated families and offer temporary shelter. The recovery process was protracted, with many survivors facing prolonged homelessness and economic hardship due to the destruction of their homes and livelihoods. The disaster prompted a nationwide reassessment of military storage facilities, leading to the decommissioning or upgrading of several sites to prevent future tragedies. It also highlighted the need for robust urban planning and the enforcement of safety regulations, especially concerning hazardous materials in populated areas. The Ikeja Cantonment explosion remains one of Nigeria's most devastating peacetime tragedies. It serves as a somber reminder of the importance of vigilance, accountability, and proactive measures in safeguarding lives and property. The lessons learned from this catastrophe continue to inform policies aimed at preventing similar incidents in the future. Please like, share, and follow or subscribe to this page for more. Thank you.